Hi, I'm Caleb.
Hi, I'm Floyd White.
I'm Jones.
I'm Barlow.
We are the Collab.
So the Collab is an organization that was started about 4 years ago with one of our members who's not here at the moment, but he had a birthday, and instead of doing the normal going to the club type of thing, he wanted to do a little bit something different and give back. So from that, we all started off, we always knew we wanted to give back. We didn't think we would be able to do it this early in life, but we wanted to keep the ball rolling, so we turned that event that was the Collab into the organization, the Collab. So to date, we've given away about $10,000 of scholarships to graduating high school seniors, and then we also throw different community events.
We actually had an event called The Connection where we showcase visual and musical artists. We had different small businesses.
We throw parties, network events. We have given school book bag giveaway. We donate to families, and essentially that's what the Collab is.
So I think one unique thing about our group is nobody has like a title or a role of one thing they do. I do music just, I think, because I have the equipment, but for the most part, everybody is pitching in and doing a different role. So with that, it's like next man up. So in an event that somebody is elsewhere and they can't make an event, we always try to fill in wherever we can. Marketing is a job for everybody. I think with our different ways that we advertise, both through our This, That, and the Third, our YouTube channel, different like skits that we might put out, different promo videos. Of course, Caleb, the guy with the Emmy, good Emmy, he's in charge of getting all of our videos and our publications together. So we all have a different skill set, but I think the biggest thing that makes the Collab what it is that individuals bring what they're talented at, and then you try your best to put forth what I'm already getting paid to do for somebody else, but now putting it forth for myself and doing our best to impact the community as we go.
Everybody kind of came from a similar background, even though we may not have known each other, and we all felt like, you know, coming from the city of Detroit, going to college, everybody said like, oh, the next thing you should do is go to college after high school, but nobody ever gave you the blueprint on how to get there, or like how you do it. And then everybody said, oh, you should like apply to all these scholarships, but then you like, it's a billion different scholarships out there. You don't know which one to apply to, if you're actually gonna get it and things like that. So when Denzel wanted to have a birthday party and like kind of gear it towards another different venue in terms of giving back, we all just like kind of you know, joined on the bandwagon and pitched in. So
yeah, we're working, but we're having fun. So we don't want to provide an event or space or a party, any type of thing with our name on it that we wouldn't personally do ourselves.
Right.
So I think that's what, it's not about the money. Like the scholarships, of course, is an excellent cause, but for us, it's really creating a network amongst the city, because we meet people that are doing different things now that have started like in platforms that, you know, we provided to the Collab, and it's like much love to their continued success. So for us, it's just like definitely keep providing the opportunity for young people to get together, especially ones with positive attitudes and a momentum to help the city.
They realized at the time, I think when we did award our first couple of scholarships, when we actually went to the schools, spoke to their teachers, spoke to them, and we showed up, I think for the most part, almost all of us were there, but it was kind of like, I feel like for the students, it was kind of not hard for them to see or understand, but it was different for them. I think it was definitely a culture shock for them to understand that we were the ones giving them the scholarship. There was no entity or no organization or no business that was giving this to them. It was a face to the people that were actually contributing to their futures. I think that it definitely plays its part in what we want to do, just showing a different side to who we are as men, and I think that ultimately that's the goal for the organization.
a little bit different piece that we do to our scholarship as well, just to give a little background, is that instead of like a basic essay, we ask students, we say like, this is 2019 at this point, everybody has a cell phone, everybody has a way to record themselves. Instead of asking someone to write an essay, we just say like, take 5 minutes out, record yourself, talk about how you plan to positively impact the city of Detroit once you graduate, how you're currently doing that, and then what you want to go to school for. Then when you actually sit down, we have a scholarship dinner where we award all of the kids, and then we bring them and their families out to a nice restaurant to have dinner. Just seeing their faces, just seeing that they see other positive black men that look like them, that have went through what they're gonna go through, and that are there to support them. Just seeing that expression of happiness, that expression of excitement on their face is like something that you can't like get in any other forums.
A lot of people move into our city and, you know, claim that they're bringing back a feeling or a opportunity that wasn't here before, but it's definitely built on our backs.
Years back, I used to tutor at a middle school in Detroit. I used to tutor 6th and 7th grade students, and it got to a point where it wasn't just about teaching them the math or the history that I was tutoring them in, but they had ideas about life that were completely wrong. They didn't know how things were supposed to go. Of course, some of them came from broken households, so you really had to teach them about life more than you had to teach them about school at times. These are my little brothers, my little sisters in the city, and they need help. If it's not money, if it's just someone to talk to or a shoulder to lean on, they need help. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide that help. So in any way we can, we'll do that, and we'll keep doing it.
I can kind of see how it is to be a teacher, being so heavily invested in a child's life and seeing how what you pour into them comes out. So it's very important to see, or it's very important to know what you're pouring into somebody, because it's going to come out. So I think that, you know, the fact that I've been teaching now for so long and being so heavily invested in the lives of so many different kids, I think we just had like one of our first graduates from college. So it's just funny to see a kid that come in, you teach them at 12, and then next thing you know, they're graduating from college.
I'm married to a feminist, and I think every day, like especially now having a daughter, a lot of things as a man that I definitely have to correct myself on, my way of thinking, the way that I move. Even, you know, simple things like I watched a video before where it's talking about if you go on a bus and you sitting like with your legs spread and not making room for other people and other passengers, that's you using a piece of your privilege. And I was like, that's BS. But then as the more I thought about it, it was like, it's certain things that I do that are ingrained in me because of umpteen years of conditioning.
A lot of times people get hung up on toxic masculinity, but I feel like it's just a toxic mentality altogether, because just as well as we could be toxic, there could be a lot of things that women can do as well that could be toxic. Not necessarily.
That's you switching the conversation, bro. That's you being toxic.
That's not toxic at all.
Nice pivot.
That's not toxic at all. I'm just saying that you have to realize.
We're talking about you right now, brother.
What's wrong is wrong, and if you don't identify what's wrong, then you gonna continue to do it. So I think that goes for both sides.
I guess for me, one piece about toxic masculinity that really sticks out to me is that, like, the issue of like homosexuality, especially like within the black community. I know, like, coming from like the neighborhood that I came from, everybody that I grew up around for the most part were like always made like negative or disparaging remarks to homosexuals. And then I got to college, and that's much more of an inclusive environment, and you get to start hanging around people and you see like, oh, this person's just like me, even though we may have like slight differences and things like that. So I remember when I came back for spring break one time when I was still in college, just being around that old environment and hearing some of those same remarks, like my mindset had shifted and changed, and it kind of made me feel a certain type of way when I would hear those type of comments. So I began to like challenge those conversations and try to figure out and get down to the like root cause of why people think the way they think. And I think the way to combat that and to change minds is just like inclusion and bringing people around. So that's why every time we have an event now, we want to make sure that all of our environments are like safe spaces for everybody to come hang out, party, enjoy themselves, network.
For me, it's like you got to look back further down the line, down the timeline. So toxic masculinity, basically, I mean, it started a long time ago when people used to tell you that, oh, men don't cry, you can't do certain things as a man because that's feminine, and also before women had real rights. So with the time going on and things shifting in the world, it's changing, and we haven't been changing the way we were thought, or the way we were taught, or we haven't been changing our thoughts. So now we're starting to, think about stuff a little bit more. We're changing our thoughts. We're like, well, that's not really feminine if I do this. Like, I have feelings. I'm a man. Here I am. That doesn't mean anything else. I can cry if I need to, because stuff gets hard. So I mean, I really think that's what it is. I mean, people used to coach and train their kids, so don't cry if you fall. Ain't no tears, you a boy. It hurts. That nothing else to it. So, I mean, it's just people, going forward, we gotta, be taught a better way and teach our kids a better way.
High School.
My name is Devontae Cole. I go to the Cody, the Academy of Public Leadership, and I take general education.
My name is Brendan Gibson. I currently go to East English Village Preparatory Academy.
I'll be attending the University of Windsor.
I plan on going to Michigan State University, and I plan on majoring in pre-nursing, maybe minor in communication.
Open University, and what I'm going to be studying into is computer engineering.
The interview was just a formality, and we're happy to let you know that you're actually a winner of the Collab Video Scholarship. So, congratulations.
Wow, thank you. Oh my God.
You are actually one of our winners, and you will be awarded the $1,000 scholarship.
Okay.